If you're a real Warriors fan living in the US, this video is for you. From coast to coast, America is buzzing after last night's game. Steph Curry just reminded the whole country why he runs the West. The NBA world has once again been set on fire, and this time, it's not about another buzzer beater, a highlight dunk, or a new shoe deal. This is about the Golden State Warriors' desperate push to give Stephen Curry one last chance to chase another championship ring. And in the middle of it all, the franchise is now zeroing in on a surprising name: Utah Jazz big man Walker Kessler. That's right, reports are breaking that the Warriors are pushing hard for a trade that would bring Kessler to the Bay, and it's being fueled by none other than Steph Curry himself, who is reportedly demanding more help before it's too late. Now let's break down exactly what's going on here, because this story has so many layers. Steph Curry is 37 years old, still one of the most dangerous offensive weapons the league has ever seen. But even the most die-hard Warriors fans know that Curry can't do it all alone anymore. The dynasty years with Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson at his peak, and Draymond Green dominating defensively feel like a lifetime ago. The Warriors are no longer the unstoppable machine that rolled through the league between 2015 and 2019. Instead, they're a team caught in a tricky balance, trying to win now for Curry while also developing young players like Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, and Brandon Podziemski. The problem is, the West is stacked. You've got Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets, Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving with Dallas, Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves, and of course, teams like the Clippers and Lakers that are still threats. If the Warriors want to compete, they need size, rebounding, rim protection, and energy, things they've lacked since losing guys like JaVale McGee, Andrew Bogut, and even Kevin Looney's best years. And this is where Walker Kessler enters the picture. Kessler, just 23 years old, is a 7-footer with elite shot blocking instincts. In fact, he's already ranked among the top rim protectors in the league despite his limited experience. He's exactly the type of defensive anchor the Warriors have been searching for, a player who doesn't need the ball in his hands to make an impact, who thrives in setting screens, rolling to the basket, and shutting down opponents in the paint. This is not about adding another scorer. This is about fixing the one hole that has plagued the Warriors for years: size. Reports indicate that Steph Curry himself has been vocal behind the scenes. He knows his window is closing, and he's not shy about letting the front office know it's time to be aggressive. And honestly, can you blame him? After everything he's done for the franchise, 4 championships, 2 MVPs, changing the way basketball is played, Curry deserves a front office that goes all in to maximize his final years. Watching him carry the Warriors last season, night after night, only for the team to flame out in the playoffs, was painful for fans and for Curry himself. That's why insiders believe his message to ownership is simple: get me help now, or this dynasty is officially over. The big question, though, is what it would take to pry Walker Kessler away from the Utah Jazz. The Jazz aren't exactly desperate to trade him. He's young, on a cheap contract, and fits their rebuilding timeline perfectly. But Danny Ainge, Utah's front office mastermind, is always listening to offers. He's known for trading stars like Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert when no one saw it coming, and if the Warriors put together a compelling package, he might just listen. That likely means parting ways with someone like Moses Moody, draft picks, and perhaps even Kevin Looney as part of the deal. There's even speculation that Utah might ask about Jonathan Kuminga, though sources say the Warriors would be very reluctant to move him. Still, the pressure is mounting. Curry's camp is pushing. Draymond Green has reportedly expressed frustration with the lack of a true big man next to him, and even Steve Kerr has admitted the roster construction hasn't been ideal. Bringing in Kessler would immediately change that. Imagine Curry running the pick and roll with a legit 7-footer who can finish lobs and protect the rim. Imagine Draymond Green sliding back into a more natural role, free to wreak havoc defensively without constantly battling centers twice his size. Imagine the Warriors' shooters finally having a rim protector behind them, allowing them to gamble more aggressively on the perimeter. The fit is so obvious that it's no wonder the Warriors are pushing hard. But of course, nothing is guaranteed. Other teams will be interested too, and Ainge isn't the type to do favors. The Warriors might have to overpay, and that's where things get tricky. Do they mortgage more of their future for one last run with Curry? Do they risk losing young talent that could lead the franchise after Curry retires? These are the tough questions Joe Lacob and Bob Myers, or now Mike Dunleavy Jr., will have to answer. But make no mistake, Steph Curry's influence on this situation is massive. When a superstar of his caliber speaks up, the organization has to listen. This isn't just another roster tweak. This could be the move that defines the final chapter of Curry's career. Because as great as he still is, Curry can't carry the Warriors to another championship by himself. He needs help, and Walker Kessler might just be the perfect piece to provide it. Fans are already buzzing about the possibility. Some are excited, pointing out that Kessler is exactly what the Warriors have been missing. Others are skeptical, worried that giving up too much young talent could backfire in the long run. And then there's the emotional layer. What would this mean for guys like Kevin Looney, who has been such a steady presence for the team but might be pushed aside if this trade goes through? What we know for sure is that this isn't just about basketball, it's about legacy. Steph Curry is the face of the Warriors, the Bay Area's ultimate sports icon. The franchise owes it to him to give him the best chance possible to compete for a fifth ring. And right now, the path to that goal might run straight through Utah and Walker Kessler. So buckle up, Warriors fans, because this story is only just beginning. Will Golden State pull off another blockbuster trade to reshape their roster and give Curry the help he's demanding? Or will they once again fall short, leaving their superstar frustrated and the dynasty fading into history? One thing's for certain, Steph Curry is making his voice heard, and the Warriors front office has no choice but to respond. This is the kind of storyline that can completely shake the foundation of the NBA. The Golden State Warriors, a team once known as the most dominant dynasty of the modern era, now find themselves in a desperate scramble to rebuild around Stephen Curry before his window closes. For years, they relied on their core of Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green, but with age catching up, injuries piling, and the West becoming tougher than ever, the urgency to bring in fresh talent has reached a boiling point. Enter Walker Kessler, a young, towering defensive anchor who has already shown flashes of being one of the best rim protectors in the league. For a Warriors team that has struggled to defend the paint and rebound consistently, he's not just another piece, he's potentially the missing ingredient to restore their championship DNA. The push for Kessler is more than a rumor, it's a statement of intent. Golden State knows that time is running out on Curry's prime, and they cannot afford to waste another season relying on undersized lineups and inconsistent bench play. Kessler offers them a modern version of what Andrew Bogut provided during their first title run, but with even more upside. His ability to contest shots without fouling, control the boards, and finish lobs would immediately balance out Golden State's offense-heavy identity. Imagine Curry running high pick and rolls with Kessler diving to the rim. Imagine Draymond not being the lone enforcer inside, finally having a reliable partner to guard bigger lineups. This isn't just a small adjustment, it's a complete shift in the Warriors' interior presence. If they manage to land Kessler, it could reignite something we haven't seen since their peak. The Warriors' small ball magic combined with a legit rim protector would force opponents into impossible matchups once again. And for Curry, who has been carrying the load season after season, this might be the support he's been waiting for. For the league, it's a terrifying thought, Golden State finding its spark again, just when everyone thought the dynasty was over.